I have three little goofy stories here for everyone. I have no idea how they're all going to fit together, but they kind of got this whole woke thread that kind of runs through them, and the fact that a lot of people are just kind of fed up with this nonsense, if we're being completely honest here. Because here you have Ilhan Omar, one of the most, I would say probably, from a name recognition standpoint, not from anything that she specifically does. I can't even name one bill that she's authored or anything like that in the couple of terms that she's been in the House, but she's a part of the squad, right? One of the founding four socialist hoes that are in the House on the Democratic side, the uber progressive wing of the Democratic Party, right? And the future that's out there, right? And she has a stranglehold, or at least she did, on her congressional seat in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Well, yeah, how she achieved such fame and favor is a little bit of a dubious circumstance. Just go and take a look at some of the back catalog of Project Veritas if you want a little bit cleaning up on that situation, but we'll try to keep it above board on this one. But really kind of looks like her popularity is significantly waning. You would have thought that her comments on 9/11, where it was just some people who did some things at one time, okay, that would have sunk her, but I don't know what she's done lately, other than the fact that, of note recently, other than the fact that your own district, right, calling it a place that is worse than a refugee camp. Interesting. Don't you have like direct authority or, some kind of responsibility to make sure that's the nicest place that you can present, or, you call it home, right? Or maybe you don't. Okay, maybe you still consider that nice place where you met your husband, your childhood home. Maybe that back in Somalia. Maybe that's what you consider your home, and you just refer to Minnesota, Minneapolis specifically, as a nice place to just farm some ballots. But anyways, get the fuck out of here. Squad member Ilhan Omar is booed by 10,000 strong Somali music festival crowd in her own district days after she suggested Minnesota is worse than a refugee camp. She gets booed. An uber progressive, okay, a Somali refugee, somebody who banks on that fact, okay, somebody who had a stronghold over the Somali community, gets booed at an all-Somali concert in Minnesota, the only fucking state that voted for Walter Mondale in Ronald Reagan's absolute dog walking in 1984. How do you fuck up so bad? You're so dumb. Anyways, Ilhan Omar smiled through, and during the very embarrassing performance, she was up there just dapping up everybody else. And this is another one of those aristocracy moments where it's like, I don't understand why the plebs don't love me. I'm famous and I'm here and I'm gracing you all with my presence. Like, what the fuck? You guys should be paying me love, okay? What's this booze? I can't deal with it. So I'm not going to look at the crowd. I'm just going to look at everybody else and be like, oh my God, they just don't like me because I'm like a woman or something. Oh my God. But it's vocal. You can hear it if you watch the video. We're not going to, because I value my crowd. Okay, I'm not going to shit on you guys like she normally would. So we're going to save some brain cells on this one. I'm not misleading you. Feel free to watch it if you'd like, but we're not going to. Okay, she was at a Somali music festival, which I don't know. Do you guys want to hear my next song? Like, I don't know what the fuck would be played, but anyways, in her home state of Minnesota over Independence Day weekend. Oh, right, a show of upright patriotism, right? A bunch of people who are happy to be in Minnesota and not in Somalia. And then you have somebody who just vehemently hates America while is an elected representative. Maybe the cognitive dissonance is just too great at this point. The squad member made an appearance at the concert featuring Somali singer Soldan Sierre at the Target Center in Minneapolis. Oh, shit. Okay. It's like we're the Timberwolves, and I'm pretty sure not the North Stars. Whoopsie. The Wild, right? I couldn't think of what their stupid expansion team was called again. On Saturday night, but a viral video shows that much of the crowd was not happy to see her. Yeah. It wasn't like dueling chants or anything like that. It was just a consistent boo, get off the stage, fuck off, boo. There wasn't any like, oh, we love you, yay, we're glad you're here. No, it was just boo, get out. Like it says here, yeah, some people are chanting get out at the congresswoman and telling her to get the fuck out of here. It's not immediately clear what prompted the boos, but the Newsweek article, oh my God, are we running cover for him, said that some of the people suggest it was related to the Somali American congresswoman supporting support for abortion and LGBTQ rights. Yeah, no, imagine that, right? Somebody who's so disconnected, okay, takes their base at face, or takes them for granted, right? Okay, because the programming when you come across the border, right? Okay, all immigrants should be voting Democrat because we want you here. The evil GOP, they're just all racist, sexist, bigots, and homophobes, right? Okay, and then they're like, what do you mean about homophobia? Because back where we're from, it's like, shut up, okay? They just don't want you here, and they're worse. And we'll help you out. We'll get you started, and we'll set you up with some Section 8 housing that will just keep you on the government tit forever, okay? Just as long as you fill out this nice little ballot form and just make sure that it comes back, and you can just actually give it to one of the people that are walking the halls for you. Don't worry, they'll and even if you don't completely fill it out, we'll help you out along with that process, okay? Most of the people that come into the United States legally or through the southern border, if you talk to them and understand a little bit better their social leanings when it comes to specific cultural ideas and policies that are out there, you're going to find that they're way more conservative than maybe some of the most staunch GOP voters, if we're being completely honest. I'm looking specifically at Latin American culture, okay? Maybe that's what it's like for the Somali community, but methinks, given the fact that Newsweek is citing that for the fact that Omar is once again just showing how disconnected she is from the constituency, okay? Call it worse than a refugee camp, okay? Say that you have an iron grasp or an iron grip on the immigrant community in Minneapolis, and then you spit in their face when it comes to, okay, what should I be supporting as a representative of the people? And again, this is where we're just getting so disconnected at this point, right? Because your elected officials are supposed to mirror that of which the largest proportion of people in said district, okay, think on a mass scale, right? But that's not what we're getting. That's not what we've had for a very long time. Another possible reason for the cold shoulder could be her comments Thursday, okay, claiming that Minnesota had worse conditions than a Somali refugee camp. Wow, it's only been Democrat run for decades and decades at this point. So, okay, maybe it's time for a bit of a change. Just wondering, okay. Yeah, man, other than the caps, there's not a whole lot of quote-unquote diversity in that crowd. At least from that image. It was an honor to welcome you to our incredible city, Omar39 wrote in the tweet, along with a 14-second clip of her walking on stage with her husband. Oh, that's not his last name. Anyways, Tim Minette. The video she shared, ended before the chorus of loud boos broke out. Oh, but don't worry, other people were recording at the time. Longer video shared on Twitter, however, exhibit that the welcome was not so warm. 2.5 minute long video, yes, that amassed more than 1.3 million views, shows one person on the stage pleading, "Don't do this," as Omar struggled to speak over the crowd. Yeah, I don't really know what she actually got out on this one, because before she could form a coherent sentence, she just continued to get booed and then just laughed it off as she shuffled her fucking racist ass off stage. Okay, we don't have all night, Omar said at one point. Yeah, exactly. Instead of thinking, oh fuck, what have I done? It's everybody else who's wrong. Classic squad strategies. Omar, one of two Muslim women in Congress. Don't worry, the other one's even worse. That's Rashida Tlaib in Michigan. I'm sure she's off doing some fuck shit somewhere. Was at a concert Saturday to present an award to the singer who was performing for the first time in the United States. Right, she's Muslim, but she also supports abortion and LGBTQ gimmicks. Oh, okay. Abdul, get the rocks. Concert also occurred the day after Somali Independence Day, which is July 1st, and celebrates unification of the Trust Territory of Italian Somaliland. Sounds like a theme park. And the British Somaliland, again. I'm sure the Italian one probably has better food than just boiled potatoes and, I don't know, blood pudding. The same day in 1960, which formed the Somali Republic. At the age of 8, Omar and her family fled the civil war in her native Somali. Oh no! Unfortunately, they got out relatively unscathed and lived for 4 years in a Dadaab refugee camp close to Kenya-Somali border. Frankly, I don't care at this point. We're going to be moving along. She got booed out of the place where she lives, and that's her husband standing right next to her, right? Fight the power, diversity, representation, right? Radical in the streets, colonized in the sheets. It always goes like that. But even sticking on a political slant on this one, right? You have Megan Rapinoe. Rapinoe. Sorry, my mistake. Anyways, no, she's knelt for the flag, right? She's called America everything that you can possibly think of in the woke lexicon. But then, for all of her hard work of complaining and whining to Congress, the UN, even just, misrepresenting her position, okay, when it came to getting quote-unquote equal pay out there, she is going to be receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Oh my gosh. You think of a bigger slap in the face to, actual heroes than to just be giving it to somebody who just outright hates the United States. And again, what has she done other than kick a leather ball and not even be, outside of just being the most annoying? Hope Solo's probably still more famous than she is, okay? So she's maybe the second or third most well-known female soccer star. Is that what we're doing now? Oh boy. News broke Friday that Megan Rapinoe will be one of 17 recipients of the Presidential Medal of Freedom this year, along with U.S. gymnast Simone Biles. I can understand that, but okay, that would have been before she decided to quit on her country in Tokyo after not performing terribly well in pre-Olympic competitions, or just the first competition that was out there, okay? And then sitting in the stands and then coming back and helping the team win bronze, okay, making it all about her instead of, regardless, these are the type of people, okay, these are the quote-unquote heroes and women that Biden's administration are choosing to acknowledge. Unfucking believable, but all right. The Medal of Freedom is the highest civilian honor awarded in the United States. Well, if they're getting paid by the United States government, are they really civilians? Okay, because yes, U.S. gymnast Simone Biles, very talented, okay? And if it was before 2021, okay, I would have been totally on board with that for Biles, okay? But she's done a lot of fuck shit in order to disqualify her, at least from my eyes. But hey, she is far more deserving than Megan Rapinoe, okay? It's on a patriotic scale, Simone Biles probably gets a 3, and Rapinoe probably gets a -8. So, again, not forward for either one. But yeah, and usually is given to those who have made exemplary contributions to the prosperity, values, or security of the United States, world peace, or other significant societal, public, or private endeavors. Can you point to something that she's done other than, yes, just bitch and moan and misrepresent logical positions? Rapinoe received the honor just a few days after declaring that overturning Roe v. Wade was a violent onslaught on women's bodies, says the gay woman, while being completely unable to declare what a woman actually is. Yeah, no, exactly. Birthing people most affected. She also recently expressed that parents concerned about biological boys or men competing in women's sports events should realize that girls' sporting career doesn't actually matter. This bitch said that shit. Can you fucking believe it? Okay. She's a hilarious contradiction in just existing. Okay. Which probably makes her perfect for being spotlighted by the Biden administration. Okay. Fake recognizes fake. Rapinoe's fierce advocacy for women's rights on abortion apparently does not extend to the right for women to compete on a level playing field. Your kid's high school volleyball team just isn't that important, according to her. I would encourage everyone out there who is afraid someone's going to have an unfair advantage over their kid. Speaking about the likes of, say, Leah Thomas entering, I guess, her analogy there, a volleyball team, right? Listen, if a lesser man from school athletics wants to transition over to the feminine side, okay, you just need to let them in the sake of diversity, okay? Meanwhile, let's never forget that under 15 boys team that beat the brakes off this bitch's U.S. professional women's soccer team, and she had the audacity to ask for equal pay with the men's team. Get fucked, you entitled bitch. But here's your Presidential Medal of Freedom. Can you fucking believe it? Oh my god. And I didn't want to end on a low note. In fact, I wanted to end on a high note of these fucking wokies getting BTFO'd. Crosby, Stills, Nash have now put their music back on Spotify after joining in with other former he's still a current asshole. Former bandmate. Okay, I forget how that dynamic really works. It just all is terrible, okay? David Crosby is he's a tremendous musician, and he's a fucking dirt poor human being. Okay, he has a lot of money. He's a shitty guy. Okay, he was the type of motherfucker who would say, like, the day after Eddie Van Halen dies, he's like, it wasn't that great on the guitar. He's just like an outright cunt. Okay, he's a horrific songwriter, piece of shit human being. And speaking of which, still, no, he was making a moral stand because Joe Rogan cannot be allowed to be on Spotify and spread his disinformation, and we're pulling our entire catalog off of Spotify. Only to come back and join Joe Rogan on Spotify. Okay, cool. I love to see principles in action. It's kind of like with Rapinoe there. It's like, oh yeah, no, we like trans issues. And then as soon as she leaves the sporting world, and it's like, nah, it really doesn't much matter. Get fucked. It doesn't affect me anymore. Crosby, Stills, and Nash apparently aren't giving us a song. Aren't giving us just the song before they go? That might be, I don't listen to any of that fucking folksy garbage, okay? That's because they've decided to return to Spotify. Boom! Ending a boycott of the stream that began in February in protest of podcaster Joe Rogan's content. Is it fair to just call Joe Rogan a podcaster at this point? I have my positions on Joe Rogan. I don't think he's all that great, and what a lot of people out there just prop him up to be. He's an important platform, don't get me wrong, okay? It's the most fair talk show that's definitely out there. Some of his positions are a bit fucking wonked, okay? But probably best known for his podcasting, but the fact that he's still the voice of the UFC, very, very, very well accomplished comedian, okay, an actor as well, like just calling him a simple podcaster. I guess it's a way to just kind of categorize him and make him important when they need to, and then discredit him when they don't, okay? Billboard reported the return of the group's music as of Saturday. Oh, that's terrible. David Crosby, Stephen Stills, and Graham Nash originally announced that they were leaving the streaming service along with ex-bandmate Neil Young and others. Yes, Joni Mitchell, I think, or something like that. Again, just a bunch of fucking people that were hot in the 70s, okay? Not physically, they were all just fucking physical disasters, okay? But at least their music was quote-unquote popular at that time. Yeah, realizing that, no, we gotta go back there and, because, yeah, music just doesn't sell the same way it used to, okay? You need to get those clicks, you need to get those listens, okay? Gotta go back to the platform, right? To soften the return's impact, the 50-year-old Crosby, Stills, Nash said it would donate streaming proceeds to COVID-19 charities for at least a month. The fact that we're still talking about that nonsense makes me sick to my stomach. The magazine said Crosby, Stills, and Nash formed in 1968, and I just wish they'd hurry up and fucking die. All right. Nobody wants to be proselytized to by a bunch of fucking out-of-touch fucking hacks anymore. I'm tired of it. You're tired of it. I don't know, I've been warning about the potential for a second reign of terror, one in the Western world, but the more I see people like this, the more I'm thinking, I don't know, how hard is it to sharpen a guillotine blade? I don't know, just wondering. But with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.